Here, Erika is asked if she thinks Tyler Robinson is the real assassin. And honestly, I don't know how her answer doesn't change everything. I mean, what do we believe anymore?
Do you think they've caught your husband's killer?
So...
Howdy, y'all. I'm Brylan. Now, I know this Erika Kirk interview was like last week, but I still wanted to cover it because there are some very interesting things that Erika Kirk said in this interview that not a whole lot of people are pointing out. Now, this was Erika Kirk's first sit-down interview since Charlie's assassination. There were a lot of questions answered. And in this video, we're going to go over questions like if she feels safe doing what she's doing now, if she thinks that Jimmy Kimmel owes her an apology, if there should be cameras in the courtroom, and I'm going to show you how the mainstream media is reacting to that question, the hardest part about her everyday life now that Charlie is gone, and if she has actually seen the video of Charlie getting assassinated. She also talks about the moment she found out that Charlie had been shot, and the very first moment she saw Charlie in the hospital after his assassination. And then finally, Jesse asks Erika Kirk if she thinks that they actually caught Charlie's real killer. It's not the answer that you were expecting. I can promise you that. But first, I want to share something that I think can change your life for the better. You know, the Fed just dropped the interest rates again, and that's really great news for American homeowners. If you're feeling overwhelmed thinking about the upcoming holidays, there is no better time than now to get your finances in order. It's hard to think about the holidays when everything is really expensive and your credit cards are already pushed to the max. With rates dropping now is the time to pay off that debt. American Financing is helping homeowners access the equity in their home for instant savings. They're saving people just like you an average of $800 a month. That's massive. And many are seeing rates in the low fives. That's a game changer compared to those sky-high credit cards. And if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments, giving you extra breathing room for the holidays. It costs absolutely nothing to find out how much you can save. You know, Thanksgiving and Christmas are going to be here before you know it, so don't wait. Call their salary-based mortgage consultants today. American Financing, 866-887-1201. That's 866-887-1201. Or go to americanfinancing.net/rigs. So the first question here, Jesse asks if Erika feels safe in her day-to-day life.
Do you feel safe?
What are they going to threaten me with? Going to heaven sooner to be with my husband? And I don't say that to be reckless. I do not. I do not say that because I'm out in the streets like, here I am, come find me. That's not at all. It's a fearlessness that's rooted in the understanding that I will have my day and my time, whenever that is. When the Lord knows that I've completed my mission. And I'm not afraid. Charlie wasn't afraid either. We never lived in fear. If we did, we wouldn't get anything done.
You know, that's a powerful truth to live by, that the day and the time of your death is already appointed by God. So no matter what you are being called to do, to live in fear is to live really against what God's will is for your life, because you are living in a way that gives power to the enemy, a power he does not have. He cannot cut your time short. He cannot take the life away from you that God has appointed for you to live. It's impossible. But it's so easy to belittle our lives out of fear. And to be totally real, I'm speaking to myself here. Like, this is something that I struggle with immensely. Jesse then asks Erika about what happened with Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel lied about your husband's murder and didn't really apologize. What would you say to Jimmy Kimmel?
Same thing I told Sinclair. They asked, I haven't really told anybody this, so they asked, do you want Jimmy to give you an apology? Do you want to be on his show? How can we make it right? Through our team, I responded. I said, tell them thank you, we received their note. This is not our issue, not our mess. If you want to say I'm sorry to someone who's grieving, go right ahead. But if that's not in your heart, don't do it. I don't want it. I don't need it.
In fact, if you're not familiar, this is what Jimmy Kimmel said.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Jimmy Kimmel lied. At this point, when he said this, we knew that Tyler Robinson was not MAGA. But that's exactly what mainstream media, these goons like Jimmy Kimmel, get up and lie about every single night. Do you want to go on Jimmy Kimmel's show so that he can apologize to you? It's not going to be an apology. Jimmy Kimmel's not going to apologize, at least not sincerely. That man hates you. He hated Charlie. He hates conservatives and Christians. All it would be is they would try to make it a humiliation ritual. So here, Jesse asks Erika about cameras in the courtroom. I'm going to show you the media response to this. Just wild.
The defense wants to ban cameras in the courtroom. How do you feel about that?
There were cameras all over my husband when he was murdered. There have been cameras all over my friends and family mourning. There have been cameras all over me, analyzing my every move, analyzing my every smile, my every tear. We deserve to have cameras in there. Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. Let everyone see what true evil is. This is something that could impact a generation and generations to come.
Now, here she's spot on. There absolutely should be cameras in the courtroom. Anybody that says otherwise isn't just insane. And by the way, this is how the media is reacting to it. Cameras in the courtroom? What? What is this concept? But they're also saying that Charlie Kirk's widow, Erika, rages about cameras analyzing her every move since his assassination, days after questionable hug with J.D. Vance went viral. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is the media for you. This is who they are. Now, Jesse asks if she actually ever saw the video of Charlie's assassination.
The video was everywhere. How do you process that?
I never saw the video. I never will see it.
Wow.
I never want to see it. There's certain things you see in your life that you can never unsee. There's certain things you see in your life that mark your soul forever. I don't want my husband's public assassination to be something I ever see. I don't want my kids to ever see that.
Yeah, wow.
And for people who actually enjoy watching that, which is quite literally sick, what if that was your father? Or your brother or your sister?
And if you've seen it, you know how absolutely brutal it is. And that's the same video that the left, and this isn't the radical left, by the way. This isn't the extreme side of the left. This is just the left. A guy who said that he would assassinate conservatives himself. And he would love to watch the children of conservatives die in their arms. And now he is the Attorney General of Virginia because the left are insane.
What's the hardest part of your day?
The nights are the hardest. Being in a bed by yourself. Rolling over, trying to get that kiss that's not there. And I tried to read a book by C.S. Lewis because he lost the love of his life. He was only married to her for 4 years. In the opening pages, he talked about how angry he was with God. And I've never felt that. Never have I questioned, why, Lord, are you putting me through this? And I know he uses everything, even what the enemy meant for evil. And I have no regrets.
Wow. You know, I do love how she brought it back to truth about what happened to Charlie isn't a mistake. You know, God is sovereign and in control. And she's not taking this and blaming God and saying why. That's so easy to do, by the way. Now, the book by C.S. Lewis that she's talking about is called A Grief Observed. And honestly, I read this a long time ago, but I need to read it again.
How did you find out Charlie had been shot?
Was at my mom's doctor's appointment. I have my phone and I see the video come in of him flinging out the hats. And I said, Mom, get started. So we saw the hats being flung. I put my phone down and it was on silent, so I had no reason to look back at it. I moved my mom. I went back to grab my phone, and that's when Mikey started calling me. Called me within seconds.
I called Erika. I just remember it rang like 3 or 4 times. I didn't know what to say. Those are the words that will change someone's life forever, and you have to be the one to say it. That was the first time I've ever called her during a campus tour stop.
And so Mikey called me, and I'll never forget him just being like, Charlie's been shot. He's been shot. Get the kids. Get security. Get the kids. Get the kids. He's been shot. I sprinted out of her treatment center. I just collapsed in the middle of the parking lot. Called our security. Unbelievable nightmare.
Erika goes on to explain what happened when she got to the hospital to see Charlie for the first time.
We get into the room. One of the law enforcement guys comes in. It's very sweet, but what do you say to someone whose husband just was assassinated so publicly? I said, I've been doing this for 30-some years. He said, I will never tell you that you cannot see your husband. He said, but I, in my professional opinion, think that you should wait to see him once he's at the mortuary. Because I don't think you want to see him like this. And I responded back to him and I said, with all due respect, sir, I said, I want to see what they did to my husband. And I want to give him a kiss. Because I didn't get to give him a kiss this morning. And I said the same thing to the doctor. He had this smirk on his face. That smirk to me is that look of, you thought you could stop what I've built. You thought that you could end this vision, this movement, this revival. You thought you could do that by murdering me. You got my body. You didn't get my soul.
Here, Erika is asked if she thinks Tyler Robinson is the real assassin. And honestly, I don't know how her answer doesn't change everything. I mean, what do we believe anymore?
Do you think they've caught your husband's killer?
So, something I'm so grateful for is that we have one of the most incredible teams for this case. I would never wish it upon anybody to have to go through what we are going through. To have seen the autopsy report, to have seen the different evidence portions that have been collected, I trust our team.
Now listen, she implied her answer, but she never said yes. What's interesting is that with every other question she was asked, she had a direct answer. She had a yes or a no. It was a very stern, straightforward, direct answer. And then she was asked this question, and it was absolutely, no matter how you feel about any of this, this was a more obscure answer to a question than any other answer she gave the entire interview. I don't think we should go full-blown Candace on this yet, but there is like a middle ground. And I've said from the beginning, I've done tons of videos on Charlie's assassination, and I've showed how a lot of things aren't adding up. But this answer from Erika really, I don't see how you don't read into this. I don't see how you don't see this as a non-answer. That's kind of an answer at the same time. And that's another reason why we should have cameras in the courtroom. I love this reminder in Romans chapter 12. Look at verse 9 and 12. Let love be genuine. Abhor what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. Verse 12 says, rejoice in hope. Be patient in tribulation. And be constant in prayer. But hey, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, join this community. I would love to hear from you on a regular basis. And please hit that thumbs up button. You know, when you like this video, it'll get pushed out to more people and it would really help spread the truth. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.